There's a certain phase that we get to when we're on our journey of self-improvement and self-development, right? When we're doing all the right things, but nothing in our lives feel like it's working. When we're doing all the meditation, all the journaling, when we're working on letting go of the things that we've been holding on to, or when we're pursuing some goal or some ambition that we truly desire, but then we look at our lives and we feel stagnant. Then we look at our lives and we feel like absolutely nothing is working at all. Or as a matter of fact, sometimes things in our lives begin to get a whole lot worse when we're on our self-improvement or personal development journey, right? And when we get to that point, a lot of us feel the need to give up. A lot of us feel the need to throw in the towel, because what's the point of doing all this work? What's the point of showing up every day? What's the point of giving it your all if you're not seeing the evidence of the work that you've been doing being reflected back to you, right? And truth be told, I found myself in that place recently. I found myself in this place in which I felt like I was showing up every day. I was giving my best. I was doing all the work. I was giving so much effort, but everything in my life just felt stagnant. Nothing in my life felt like it was moving at all. Right? And I truly began to question life. And then I found myself in this place in which I was sort of contemplating just giving up. I was contemplating just throwing in the towel and saying, I'm done. Because I'm giving it my absolute best. And nothing feels like it's working out here. My life felt absolutely stagnant, even though I was giving my best and showing up. But at the brink of sort of giving up and throwing in the towel, I came to a sort of brutal realization. And that realization was that I was still depending on the world. I was still relying on the external world to show me evidence that I was good enough. I was still relying on the external world to show me evidence that the work that I had been doing was working, right? The work that I had been doing within myself was working. And I was still relying on the external world for validation. And because nothing felt like it was moving out here, I felt like all the work that I had been doing was meaningless. So I was always using the external world to constantly judge myself. That is the realization that I came to. And I think in a sort of subtle or not so malicious way, life was kind of testing me, right? Life was asking me, can I stay happy when in the absence of my desires coming to fruition, right? Can I stay grateful, or can I be grateful when nothing in my life seems to be working, right? Can I remain peaceful when my life feels chaotic? Can I remain in a state of love, or can I feel love for myself in the absence of someone to reflect that love? Or can I continue to show up for myself and support myself when I have no one to support me, or when I'm not seeing the feedback that I desire to see from the world? Can I still show up for me? Can I still love me? Can I still choose me? Can I keep going when it seems like things are not going the way that I expect it to go? Can I keep showing up for me? Right? That is what life was constantly asking of me. That is the test. That is the phase, one of the hardest phase that we will get to when we're on our journey of personal development or self-improvement journey, or when we're just striving for any particular goal in general. You will get to a place in which nothing feels like it's working out here. But that is life's way of testing you. That is life's way of seeing if you have become the person that you said you've become. If you have grown in self-love, if you have grown in resilience, if you have grown in your will, in the absence of things to reflect that growth. Right? That is what life is asking of us. And I think as long as we're constantly relying on the external world to show us evidence that we've improved, we're still constantly are sort of reacting to the world. How can you know if you've truly changed if you continue to rely on the results out here, right? You know you've truly changed when you don't see any evidence out here, but you still feel whole within yourself. When you can still feel happy, when you can still feel grateful, when you can still feel love, when you can still feel the drive to keep going and keep showing up for yourself in the absence of everything that you desire out here, that is when you know you've truly changed. But as long as you're looking out here, and if you don't see the evidence, you don't feel good. Or as long as you're looking out here and you do see the evidence, so you get permission to feel good, then can you say you've truly changed? Or are you still just reacting to the world out here? Right? So that is the hardest place to be in when you're on your journey of growth. But the onus is on us to keep going. The onus is on us to keep showing up. The onus is on us to remain in a state of gratitude and bliss and joy. The onus is on us to remain in a state of peace and love, and to just keep showing up, to keep going, to keep giving it our best, and to sort of detach from the results out here, and to keep going with the faith that everything will show up at the right time. Everything is going to show up when it is meant to show up, and it is not on us to force it. Right? It is on us to simply let go and trust life. Trust that things will play out how they are meant to play out, right? And I think, the external world is sort of a mirror of our internal world, right? But I think the mirror sort of always lags behind. And what I mean by that is, you have to give the world time to catch up to you. Right? When you change internally, when you've done the work, when you've been putting in all the effort or the work internally, and you've been showing up and giving your best, so on and so forth, you're not going to see that evidence externally immediately, right? There is going to be a lag phase in which things might seem empty, in which things might seem like they're not working, but you have to just keep going and keep trusting and keep showing up, right? It's kind of like when you plant a seed. When you plant a seed, the seed isn't just going to magically sprout and the next day or immediately you're going to see it blossom into a tree and then it begins to bear fruit. There's going to be a lag period in which it seems like no growth is taking place, but the growth is just not evident to us. We just can't see it. It is buried under the soil and it is doing its thing, it is growing, but we just can't see it. But we have to have faith. We have to keep going. We have to keep showing up for ourselves and just keep doing our best. We can't keep constantly digging up the soil, digging up the seed to see or to check if it's growing, because all we're going to do is just kill the growth. We just have to keep watering it, keep fertilizing it, keep showing up, keep being consistent, and trust and have faith that things are working out how they're meant to work out, right? That is the only job that we have. Letting go and trusting. Take away your need for control. Relinquish your need to constantly be in control of everything and simply just trust. That is what life is always asking of us. That's what life is always demanding of us, right? To just keep going. Keep showing up. Keep moving forward. So one of the hardest phases of any sort of growth that you will experience in your life is that period of stagnation, or that period in which things seem like it's either staying stagnant or even getting worse. And it is at this phase that most people give up. It is at this phase that most people quit on themselves. But you have to keep going. You have to keep showing up. You have to keep giving it your best, because things are working out for you. Things are changing. You just can't see that change. You might wake up tomorrow and you might be living a completely different life just like that. Just because you kept moving forward. Just because you remain consistent, right? You have to keep going. Don't quit on yourself. Don't throw in the towel. You are worthy of the life that you desire. If it is love that you desire, you are worthy of that love. If you have a goal or dream or a certain ambition in mind, you are worthy of that ambition. But you won't arrive to that place or arrive to that desire or that thing that you seek if you quit before it can bear fruit. If you quit before the external finally reflects it. You have to stay strong in yourself. You have to stay rooted in yourself. You have to keep choosing yourself and keep choosing to move forward no matter what. Right? It is easy to trust in yourself when things are looking beautiful out here. But one of the hardest things to do is to keep trusting in yourself when nothing out here seems like it's working. But that is a kind of faith that we all need to get to. That is a kind of faith that life is asking of us. Can we remain rooted and strong in ourselves when nothing out here seems to be working? And it is when we're happy with nothing at all. It is when we're happy with the absence of everything that we desire. That is when life will give us everything. Once we're happy with nothing, once we're content with just who we are, that is when life gives us everything. So keep showing up. Keep giving your best. Don't quit on yourself. You have come from afar. You have overcome a lot of obstacles. Right? You have overcome a lot of difficult circumstances, difficult challenges in your life. And you're finally at that place, you're finally at that crossroad where life could be waiting to reward you for all the effort and for all the work that you've done. You could be just 1 day away, 1 month away, 1 year away, 2 years away from your life completely changing. But if you quit now, if you give up on yourself now, everything that you've done up to this point will be for nothing. So don't quit. Keep going. Keep showing up. Keep doing your best. And I promise you, life will reward you. Because life always rewards you. Right? It always does. The reason why most people don't see their rewards is because they give up before it's time. But there is a season for planting, season for laying seeds, and there's a season for harvest. And what you put in is always what you get out. So if you keep putting in, you are going to get out, because that is the balance of life. Life is absolutely orchestrated splendidly or perfectly. So just keep moving forward, keep showing up. And everything that you desire, the life that you desire, will be in your hands one day. Peace and blessings.